Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to a new TEW2020 video. You join us for another Impact Wrestling event, our development company, as we're here for Bound for Glory. Now, we obviously had a bit of time to build with the 4 tapings. I've changed the schedule a little bit, where now every Impact event will be the first week of the month, because the tapings are the second Thursday of the month. I want to kind of keep it that kind of way. So it means basically after this, my next event will be Turning Point, and then it'll be the 4 shows, and then I'll be into the pay-per-view that way, just so it kind of is a bit more linear. So there's a few more debuts here today. Obviously, Bound for Glory last year was from a completely different booker, and they had the main event of Trey Miguel defeating Steve Macklin for the X Division Championship. Now obviously, the X Division is a massive thing, but I really want to obviously ensure the world title is always there, and that we can keep on making it better and better. So, without any further ado, we will crack on with Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory. Let's do it. So after the issues with AJ not being a very good colour commentator, Caprice having issues continually clashing with Tom Phillips, I basically decided, hey, I think it's Samoa Joe. Let's bring him in as a commentator. He's going to retire in 3 months anyway, so I thought we'll just bring him in a non-wrestling capacity so he is part of our announced team. So Caprice Coleman just introduces AJ Styles, crowd goes wild for him, obviously Impact legend, TNA legend, and then the same for Samoa Joe as well. Of course, 2 guys that know all about the X Division. So the 11,000 at the Matthew Knight Arena, absolutely going wild. AJ comes out with a new catchphrase, and we get a 63 for the opening segment. We start off with just a match-up that was just going to showcase some of the great talents we have here, and just to confirm it is Phillips, Joe and AJ on comms. But they had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as Lee Moriarty defeated Blake Christian in 12:46 with the joint custody. 2 great performances, probably could have main evented. Maybe I should just make my X Division stars up in the main event, but they do well, and Moriarty picks up a good victory. We would have some hype for this feud if it go in the last couple of weeks. Nick Nemeth has been just completely terrorising Eddie Edwards since Nick arrived in Impact Wrestling, and a hype package for that got a 49. And their matchup was decent. Eddie Edwards defeats Nick Nemeth in 14:04 with the cross-legged Fisherman's Buster. Are you likely to see any guy in AEW? Probably not, but I still need some good experienced pros to make the show viewable. So 60 for that. I must confirm as well the product is moving towards the AEW product as well, so 3 ring circus firmly placed on the main event and the biggest angle. Talking of angles, one we did do was basically Candice LeRae and KiLynn King challenge for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. However, KiLynn King turned on her mentor in this case and decided to beat her down, so 31 for the hype package to let the fans know about that. And the match itself is actually decent, with KiLynn King defeating Candice LeRae in 8:18 by submission. It's a 53. So you notice over time there'll be a lot of Impact wrestlers and a lot of kind of people that are lower down the card than ours. There is a big batch of generated wrestlers that will obviously start to introduce eventually, once we feel the company's in a good position where it's not going to lose pop size and drop down to small. We'll keep it at medium, if not even go higher. So until we clear that, and then we'll start bringing in all your kind of completely generated wrestlers, including somebody called Jane Richardson who got us saying the picture pack of Nyla Rose. So that's going to be weird. Next up, with the Tag Team Championships on the line, it was about they had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as the LP defeated Rich Swann and Willie Mack in 12:01 when I can pronounce that, Zim Slamani defeated Willie Mack via submission, giving them their second defence of the belts. Still not really time to take it off them yet. These will be Impact guys that will keep belts for a wee bit before our generated wrestlers start to ascend up the card. But overall 69, again, a match worthy of Bound for Glory. There the promo with Sami Callihan, as he is going to take on the newer recruit to Impact Wrestling. It is Orange Cassidy. He's back under a contract with us, and we've just put him to here. He just says that Orange Cassidy just makes a mockery of everything that Sami Callihan believes in wrestling. He here to hurt people, and Orange Cassidy just insults it, so he is going to give him an absolute beatdown. That was a 64 rated segment. Match itself was good. Orange Cassidy defeats Sami Callihan in 13:09 with a super kick. 69 overall. Two pretty good performances. Just AJ weak at the announce booth, which is worrying. And I do see us possibly at one point maybe transitioning AJ Styles to a commentary role. Hopefully didn't hear David Croft too much there as I was flicking through Insta. Next up, we're about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as Ben Carter defeated Akira Tozawa in 12:21 with a Phoenix Splash. Ben making his second defensive X Division Championship, just getting a good wee reign up and running. Two good performances here despite Ben being off his game, and there you go, Tom Phillips and Samoa Joe have an awkward pairing. So it just seems any trio or tandem I try and do with the commentary booth is not working at the moment. So 63. But it's fine in the next segment apparently, as in a decent matchup we had the Undisputed defeat the Motor City Machine Guns in 13:28 when Roderick Strong defeated Chris Sabin with a stronghold. 65, pretty good there. You can see the Guns are in a far better position in their performance here in this type of product. Bobby Fish was off his game, and I think if he was on it, he still would have only got a score pretty similar to Roddy. Although saying that, the 75 for Alex Shelley is pretty promising. Should utilise them so much better in the main roster on AEW, but I feel like it's time to let other tag teams thrive there, and I feel the Guns are well at home in Impact Wrestling. Moose cuts a promo and he just says, hey, all these young boys and girls can come in, ain't nobody going to be taking a spot from him, he'll be waiting, and as I say, he'll teach a few lessons. 46. Simple. I didn't get him on the card. Next up, we had good heat and decent wrestling as Chelsea Green defeated Rina Yamashita in 13:35 with a Van Prettier. She wouldn't put her over, which was frustrating because I felt like Chelsea's not here on the development deal. She was contracted to both companies and she's already got a title on the main roster, but she wouldn't put Rina over. So we gave her the win here, and she's got a lot of people after her. So 65, pretty good. And we end this particular segment. Thunder Rosa gets involved, Hikaru Shida gets involved, and we have the 4-way knockouts brawl to the back, which brings a 57 rating. But I think if you are bringing young female wrestlers through, I can't think of two better people to have here, Shida and Rosa, especially since I need to keep Serena in the main roster, just purely because she's working with Layla Hirsch and Deonna Purrazzo. And now it's time for the main event. Nick Aldis makes his return. Basically, he was on the main roster here, but I'd never used him so far. So it was just him going to do guest commentary to view the main event match for the World Championship, showing that he's still involved in the company and has a keen eye in getting involved in the World title feud. He'll probably someday put a lot of people over though. Match itself, Josh Alexander challenging Jacob Fatu, and the guys deliver a 60. What I probably should have done here is put the boosts on so we'd have guaranteed to gain pop, and I've never done that, and I would have absorbed the debt from that. So we might be under pressure here, but it's a decent matchup, and Jacob Fatu defeated Josh Alexander in 13:43 with a Samoan drop, and giving him his second defence of the belt. Too early to take it off him. I feel there's a lot of guys that maybe don't quite have the overness that I want in the main event scene, and maybe some of the X Division guys probably should be main eventing. After the matchup, Josh Alexander gets beaten down by Jonah. He comes down and he just beats the fallen Josh Alexander and just makes a statement, basically give us another guy up at the top end of the card in Impact Wrestling. And of course with the Jacob Fatu celebration. So a lot to take in there. Jacob Fatu champion, Alexander have an issue with Jonah. Nick Aldis is making his intentions known as well. And of course we've got 4 knockouts going for that championship. And of course, if we just look at it here, free popularity, that might cost us. So we're really going to have a good set of taping. Well, good thing is it's an event next, so we'll put the boosts, we'll go for the best show possible. Maybe see if I can loan someone good down. Cody Rhodes maybe. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with that one. Moriarty in a good position. You get people like Edwards, Orange Cassidy, Sami Callihan. But there's still a lot of impact in that roster. Not their talents, and that will be more. It's probably going to be until maybe 2026 before you see our young talents. You won't have heard of in real life because they don't exist, they're generated, but they'll do well. So a 61. Next show that we'll be doing on next Thursday will be AEW pay-per-view, and you'll see Halloween Havoc with a main event of Jon Moxley versus Walter for the world title. May stipulate it, unsure at the moment. I think that's the only thing we booked in. If I just quickly find my notepad, I don't think we'll get anything else. I don't want to just finish show here and leave the big load times. Halloween Havoc horror show, 2 matches confirmed. AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley versus Walter, and the AEW Tag Team Championships as the Kings of the Black Throne defend against the Acclaim. Many matches to be done over the next week or so in game, and I'll hopefully have a really sick card, and of course stuff in preparation for Full Gear. So take it easy, thanks very much for watching. Remember to check out everyone on the Grey Dog Software forums and the Fantasy Booker subreddit, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.